Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be doing a reaction to Citizen Soldier's Burden. They hold a special place in my heart because they always seem to know exactly what I'm feeling, dealing with depression, anger, and anxiety, and any other thing that seems to be going on in my life. I'm just reaching out and letting you know that you're not alone out there, and that although it hurts and everything seems to be going wrong, there's still things worth holding on for in life. And maybe we can learn something together on this video.
I think you say sorry too much. I think you got issues with trust from the voices in your head that say that you're too hard to love. I think you still live with the ghosts of people you needed the most, that let you down and taught you how to keep your closet door closed.
So, living with the ghosts of the people you kept close, then they let you down. Some of that is very true, in that some people, they turn against you when you need them the most, and sometimes it's just perceived. I know I have major trust issues, and it's not because of what any of the people that I've actually trusted have done to me or anything like that. I can still count on 99% of them. It's for other things that have happened in my life, and the depression and the voice in my head lying to me constantly, trying to get me to destroy myself. And learning how to deal with those voices and to just tell them to be quiet is been a lifelong journey for me. It's never easy, but it does get easier. So you have to find healthy coping mechanisms, talking to somebody that you do still trust, and then sometimes you just have to let people go out of your life, and that's really difficult. It's very especially difficult for me as I form very quick emotional bonds to people, and having them leave can hurt me for years at a time.
But I've been there and I would rather die than watch you drown in tears that you need to cry. You can talk to me. I can tell that you're not okay. You can spill your guts, I won't leave. You're not a burden to me.
That's like a dagger in the heart. um, that's one of the biggest issues I struggle with in my life. Is I always feel like a burden to everybody I come in contact with. Having somebody tell you that you're not a burden and rather hear your pain than see you drowned in tears that you just can't cry anymore. That is very rare to come across and should be treasured. Don't hold everything in and fear that you're being a burden, because the people that actually care about you will want to bear that burden with you. And so it's not a burden on them, it's something they willingly take onto themselves. And that can honestly save your life by having somebody else there to help lift you up when you're being pressed down so much. So don't be afraid to reach out to the friends that you actually count on.
You can talk to me, even down in your darkest place. You can let your skeleton scream. You are not a burden to me. You are not a burden to me. I think that you never get hurt by thinking someone's got it worse. Been minimized so many times that you believe it's deserved.
So don't believe that just because what you're going through and somebody has it worse, that you don't deserve to be cared about at all. I've fought that battle, and it's a losing battle all downhill because I've minimalized myself. Because, well, sure, I've still got family that's great and takes care of me. So, these people over here that have this don't have family, they deserve better than me. Don't fall for that lie, because that's the lies that the depression and the anxiety and the stuff in your head that you're fighting against is telling you, just so it can fight you down. You're not less deserving of being cared about because somebody else has different issues. Like, yes, their life may seem hard from an outside observer, but nobody can see what's going on in your head. And just because it's an all internal battle doesn't mean it's not a battle. Doesn't mean it's not something that should be cared about. And it is not deserved that you feel that way. And being shut out and minimalized by people that don't understand it or don't believe in mental problems because they've never experienced anything like it. Like, that's toxic things you need to just get away from. And that's not easy either. So take care of yourself and don't minimize your suffering because nobody can see you bleeding out. You're still bleeding out. It's just you're bleeding out on the inside.
I think you've been silent since youth, 'cause every time you speak your truth, you're stigmatized, re-traumatized by all the things you didn't choose.
You didn't choose it. I'm sorry. You didn't choose it. Either whatever caused this depression, anxiety, any other mental health illness, I can only mention those two because those are the two that I deal with on a daily basis, and I don't want to reach into somebody else's experiences that I don't know, but you never chose for any of this to happen. So letting yourself be stigmatized and traumatized again because of either something that happened to you, or maybe it's just the brain chemistry that works. I don't fully understand it all myself, but I can only speak from my own personal experience. It's not a choice that you consciously make to this way. It's the only choices that you can consciously make about this are what you're going to do about it. And then trying to find a support network that can help you follow through with those choices, because going it alone is all straight uphill battle all the way. You need help.
Don't mind your darker side, you can lose control. I'd rather hear your health than see your funeral. You can talk to me. I can tell that you're not okay. You can spill your guts, I won't leave. You are not a burden to me. You can talk to me. Even down in your darkest place, you can let your skeleton scream. You are not a burden to me. The monsters that you're holding back, there's no need to dress them up. Your ugly truth kicked up to you. Now there's so much more to love.
That's a very difficult thing to do, is not dress up your monsters in a mask so that people don't see what they are, and actually letting go and letting your emotion out. Like, being suppressed and holding in that much emotion for so long is what lands most of us that suffer the same things that I go through in horrible situations. And I have to meter myself very carefully on these, because over the years I've learned that holding in all of that pain and suffering that I'm going through in my own mind can quickly turn to rage. Sometimes just being heard and knowing it's not inconveniencing or causing problems for other people is all you need.
You can talk to me. I can tell that you're not okay. You can spill your guts, I won't leave. You are not a burden to me. You can talk to me. Even down in your darkest place. Don't ever be ashamed
ever be ashamed of your needs. It's okay to be in need of help. I spent decades ashamed of the fact that I couldn't deal with my own problems. And even to this day, it still weighs on me so much. Because there is no rule book for this. There is no guided script. There is no follow these 3 steps and you'll magically be better. It doesn't work that way because everybody is so different and so unique and so special. What you're going through is special to you because you're special. So don't ignore your needs until they boil over and cause you harm.
Dress them up, your ugly truth, give depth to you. Now there's so much more to love.
So that was Citizen Soldier, Burden. Is a very stab me in the heart song, because about 99% of what they say in that song is things I face on a daily basis. And I like the way that they're singing this from the perspective of a friend that somebody has reached out to and telling them that they're not a burden to them and that they want to hear their pain. They may not be able to offer solace or a solution to it, but when it comes down to it, sometimes just being heard is the only thing you really need, at least in the moment. There's always other things that you're going to be able to do to get help for yourself. And it's a harsh battle. But having somebody in that situation that will listen to you and hear your emotion and not criticize you for it and all of that is one of the things that we all look for. So don't turn your back on yourself. And keep trying to find that person or persons you can reach out to and express your emotional pain. Don't expect them to be fully equipped to understand everything, but even if the fact that they just won't leave after you tell them what you're going is something that's very valuable. So hold on out there. I'm counting on you to take care of yourself. Never give up.